Hey there, today we are talking about food jags. What is a food jag? If you have a toddler who's eating the same foods every single day over and over and over again, this is the video for you. In this video, I am going to define what a food jag is, talk about why it shows up in toddlers, some of the signs of a food jag, and I'm going to take you through 3 different things you can do to help you weather the storm and get through your toddler being on a food jag. And you really want to stick around to the end because my 3rd tip is going to be a game changer for you. Okay, what exactly is a food jag? So food jags are part of the whole spectrum of picky eating that happens in toddlerhood. And again, a food jag is just eating the same thing over and over and over again. And it's just one element of being a picky eater. There are other things which we will talk about in other videos. So if you have a toddler who wants to eat the same things every day, like chicken nuggets or fish sticks or noodles or crackers, and they're asking over and over and over again, you probably have a toddler who's in a food jag. Food jags can start anytime between ages 2 and 6. So that's our typical picky eating toddler stage and into kindergarten, 1st grade. So you can see food jags show up at any time. I remember when my firstborn started her food jag with hot dogs. Yes, believe it or not. We went to a family party, she was offered a hot dog, and lo and behold, that's all she wanted after that. And I thought it was cute at first, and so I went out and got the hot dogs for her, but she got stuck on them and wanted to eat them every day and cried and whined and refused to eat other things. We were in a food jag. So let's talk about why food jags can be dangerous for your toddler. Before I get into it though, if this resonates with you at all, make sure you like, comment, or follow this channel. So what is the danger with being in a food jag? Why is it so bad to have a toddler who eats the same foods every day? Well, I think you probably intuitively know the dangers around eating repetitive foods day in and day out. And that is that the food variety a toddler is getting really shrinks down. They don't get exposed to lots of different foods, and because of that, they can really limit or short circuit the nutrients that they get in their diet. This can lead to worsening pickiness. And ultimately, if it keeps going on and on and on, and your toddler gets down to 20 or 30 foods that they will eat, we're looking at potentially disturbing their nutritional status and their ability to grow well. So the big question is, how do you get a toddler to make it through a food jag? How do we resolve food jagging? I have 3 tips for you. Number 1 is to make sure you have a food strategy for your toddler. What's a food strategy? It's just a game plan for what you're going to feed your toddler today, tomorrow, next week. It means that you've thought through the different types of foods that you want your toddler to be eating, and you have a structure or a routine or a game plan for making sure you introduce those foods to them at some point over the next week or month or year. It also means that you have a meal plan for the day and a snack plan for the day. That simply means that you know what you're serving for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and you know what the options are for snack time. Now, in order to manage this and figure all of this out, it just requires that you sit down and think through, what am I serving this week for my family? What are the snack options going to be? I guarantee if you do that, getting family meals on the table, helping your toddler try new foods, and having sort of a progressive step forward in terms of variety of food, this will help all of that. My 2nd tip for you is to make sure that you are super persistent with introducing a variety of foods to your toddler. Make sure you're adding a new food to the repertoire. Make sure that you're working things like green beans into the menu, or a different shape of noodle into the menu, or a different type of meat or protein source. How do you do this? Well, you just decide, number one. And number two, you make sure that you offer small amounts of a new food in addition or alongside the foods your toddler already likes. This is called exposure, and exposing your toddler to these different foods in small quantities and making sure there's other foods around those new foods that are safe will ease your toddler into trying new foods over time. And when you offer these new foods, you want to be sure that you're not talking about the new food, overemphasizing the new food, drawing lots of attention to it. You just really want it to be like, yep, this is what we're having today for lunch. Yep, this is what we're having for dinner tonight. In fact, I just had a conversation with a first-time mom who has a 3-year-old who is going through a food jag, and this is exactly what I said to her. I said, just have a bright, sunny attitude and be the boss. This is what we have for lunch today. I know you can navigate this, or I know that you'll be able to handle this. And be positive, upbeat, and don't get dragged into feeling guilty or ashamed or feeling like you're failing or causing harm to your toddler, because remember, a food jag is totally normal for the age. Remember, your job as a parent is to make sure you are taking the lead on food introduction, that you are figuring out what foods you want to introduce to your child, that you are able to see where the gaps are in your toddler's diet and make a concerted effort to add those foods to the diet. Again, we don't want to overwhelm your toddler, but we do want to make sure that your toddler is marching forward with getting exposed to different foods for his diet. And my very last tip for you, tip number 3, is to never, ever, ever put too much pressure on your toddler to try the new food, or to make comments or criticize, or even force feed your toddler. None of these are going to work. They are only going to negatively affect your toddler and their ability to, or their desire to want to try a new food. And it may even really set you and your toddler up for more picky eating down the line. Remember, toddlers want to be independent. They want to be autonomous. They want to do it themselves. So really all you have to do is make that meal or snack, put it on your toddler's plate or table, and hands off. Let them do the work of eating. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please like, comment, and follow me here. If you want to learn more about toddlers, make sure you check out some of the videos above and in the description below. I have other links for you so that you can keep learning and being the best feeder of your toddler that you can be. Bye for now.